Greatness, it's just something we made up. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is a gift, reserved for a chosen few, for prodigies, for superstars. And the rest of us can only stand by watching. You can forget that. Greatness is not some rare DNA strand. It's not some precious thing. Greatness is no more unique to us than breathing. We're all capable of it. All of us.
Do you have the courage to act outwardly on what you see inwardly? Or will you die a dreamer? Will you die on the verge and on the edge and in the land of coulda, woulda, and shoulda? It takes courage to be successful. It is far easier not to be successful.
Know why you are doing what you are doing, and then get out there every day and win those small, tactical, short-term battles so you can win the strategic, long-term victory that puts you where you want to be. And it's not gonna be easy. The fight, the daily fight, is a challenge. You will not always want to do what you need to do. You will not always feel like doing something you need to do. You may not want to fight that battle, but you need to.
Life is going to happen, and you're going to set up a plan, and you're going to have a vision, and you're going to hope that it's going to turn out perfect. But what so often happens in life is that things get burned and things go the wrong way. And it's in that moment that you're going to have to choose your reaction. You have a choice to make. Do you have the right reaction, or do you have the wrong reaction?
You love sleep too much. You love that alcohol too much. You love that substance too much. You love that vice too much. There's something that you love more than yourself.
No one said that the path is going to be easy. And it's not. We know life is rough, and we know there will be pain. That's the way life is.
When you want to quit and give up, your why is going to give you that edge you need, that advantage you need, that lift that you need to get to the next level. Your why. I dare you to fail. I dare you to take that same class over and over again. I dare you to stop dropping classes like you soft.
You could plan your life to be ideal today, and I guarantee you there will be things that happen along the way that were unplanned, that will look as if they're unfortunate, that will feel as if the world's coming down on your shoulders.
I don't care how hard you fall. I don't care if nobody don't believe in you. It only takes you believing in yourself to get this thing done. So if you fall on your back so you can look up, because if you can look up, then you can get up. I dare you to take a little pain. I dare you. At the end of pain is success.
Some of the best things that we've ever learned from people happened because they were going through some time of discontent, and they said, how do I overcome this? What can I do about it?
See, getting what you want is up to you. You can turn your life around if you change your attitude. You change your attitude, you change your altitude.
Take full responsibility for your life. Accept where you are and the responsibility that you're going to take yourself where you want to go. We have two primary choices in life. We can either accept conditions as they exist, or we can take the responsibility to change them.
You're going to have ups and downs in life. Things are going to go wrong. You're going to lose businesses. You're going to lose jobs. You're going to break up. And there are times when you get injured, and there are times when you get mentally defeated. And you feel like you don't want to do it anymore. And those days go on and on and on. Things are going to go wrong. And what you need to do is to keep moving forward. No matter what happens, keep moving forward.
We all have 24 hours. What makes some of us average, makes some of us good, some of us great, is not the family you was born into. Right? It had nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do with your socioeconomic status. It has everything to do with how you command your life.
What causes that switch to flip? The overdrive, the full-on destroyer. It's a thing that allows you to go the extra distance, to dig just a little bit deeper and push a little harder, to get after it. So when it doesn't make sense to go on, that's when you gotta use your emotion. That's when you gotta use that anger, that frustration, that fear to push yourself harder, to push yourself to say, I don't stop.
It's possible. I'm blessed and highly favored. I've got a lot going for me. I got some good stuff in me. And it's possible that I can bring my greatness out here in the universe. That I can do what I want to do. It's possible I can write my own book. I can have my own business. I can take the trip and travel around the world. It's possible. I can bounce back from adversity and reinvent my life. It's possible. Regardless of where I am, the things can get better for me. It's possible.
You know, the war that you have to really fight is the war against yourself. No, it's not easy to look in the mirror and to change your own life. It's hard as hell. You have to take responsibility. You have to learn new things. You have to feel uncomfortable. Good, because discomfort is how we grow. That's how we become strong. If you run away from discomfort and resistance your whole life, you will always be weak. If you want to grow as a person, you really have to make friends with pain. Embrace the discomfort. Enjoy the struggle.
You got to come out your comfort zone, because your comfort zone is the deadliest place you will ever be.
You should never feel comfortable. You should be happy and dissatisfied. Anybody ever tell you be satisfied with what you got? Don't believe them. Get them away from you. Don't let anybody tell you, hey man, you should just be happy with. No! You should double your business. Triple it. You should never be satisfied with what you got, because the attempt to get more makes you into something better.
You have the power to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. Don't underestimate yourself. You don't know enough about yourself to become a cynic. And so you've got to challenge yourself to access that power that you have within you. You're more than a conqueror.
If you want to be wealthy and happy the rest of your life, just learn this lesson well. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job.
Until your mind is open to the possibilities that I can do this, you would never be able to do it. Once the mind starts to believe it can be achieved, only then does it start to break down tactically how we can do this. Until then, you're gonna always lose.
My number one competition is me. It's always you versus you. You got to be the one to get up every morning, be disciplined, put in the consistent daily hard work, because that gains success. No coach, no trainer, no mentor, no boss can do it. You versus you.
Some of you wait for a tragedy to happen. You don't think about it. You don't forecast. Listen to me very closely. You got to understand something. And the difference between beast and average people is that average people live from check to check. Average people don't think about their future. They're consumed with the present.
50% of women is showing up for the fight. The fight is half over when you show up. You'll never win a fight you don't show up for. I'm showing up for this. Here I am, ready for duty. I am through hiding in the shadows for fear that I might fail. I'm gonna face this head on and let the chips fall where they may.
You've got control of how you fight. But the minute you put him in your mind, he will start robbing your mind of your peace, of your sanity, of everything that God has given you. Tell somebody, take control of your mind. That means that it was not him that was robbing me of the moment. It was me that was robbing myself of the moment, because I was thinking about what he could possibly do. And he hasn't done it. I'm entertaining what he could do.
If you're going to be great at something, you've got to make the effort to be great at something. Whether it's sports, whether it's physics, math, science, business, whatever it may be, You know, it's not just a natural skill. I learned early on that there was always something new, and most people didn't put in the time to learn it.
I think success, first of all, is knowing my purpose in life. As I have watched and observed successful people, what I have discovered about them is they really have figured out why they're here. So that when everyone else is rocking and rolling and things are a little unsteady and people are kind of leaving the ship, these people, they hold steady right throughout the storm.
And so you've got to be willing to persevere. Because we didn't take no. See, when the world says no, you say next. So what we have is this endless possibility, but you have to persevere. It's as if the universe tests our commitment. So if you're willing to decide what you want, believe it's possible, consciously envision the future, feel the feelings of what it would feel like if you had achieved this goal, you can have anything, and then you take action, both obvious actions and inspired action. You can do anything.
Quit running away from the gift. Your gift will make room for you. Stop trying to be something you ain't gifted at.
What would your future be like if you decided to want that which you desire so strongly that it prepares you past your fears? That you experience the fear, as the one book says, feel the fear and do it anyway.
Life is 10% what happens to you. It's 90% what you do about it.
You got to bet on you. It's so funny that you believe in others. You would bet on others. You would support others. You would be there for others. You would even lie at times for others. But when it comes to you, you take a darn back seat. I don't understand it. I'm going to bet on me. I'm going to believe in me because I know what I got inside me. I'm going to bet on me regardless of what you think. I'm going to be there for me regardless if you there or not. I see me. I know what I'm capable of. I know my shortcomings. I know what I would do under pressure. I know what I won't do under pressure. I've introduced myself to me probably over 2 decades ago, and I know me.
The transition's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie to you. Go from being on the block, going to be a high school dropout, to getting a GED, the transition is not easy. So what happens? In order for you to go from one level to the next level, in order for any woman to transition, for any man to transition, the thing that they want must be greater than the thing they currently have.
You got to be willing to work off for 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours. If you really want to be successful, some days you're going to have to stay up 3 days in a row. Because if you go to sleep, you might miss the opportunity to be successful. That's how bad you got to want it. You got to go days without, listen to me, you got to want to be successful so bad that you forget to eat.
What are the 5 reasons that you won't give up when life catches you on the blind side? When the messenger of misery visits you, what are you going to do? What will keep you in the game?
When you understand what you're after, when you know what your outcomes are, when you know what you desire, you wake up every single morning and you go after it. People look at those of us who are successful like we're superhuman. We're not. We're normal people like you with problems just like you. The only difference is we wake up with clarity. We wake up knowing exactly what we want. We wake up knowing exactly what our purpose is.
Nobody who ever ran the Olympics and trained and worked out and finished and crossed the finish line effectively got there because they felt like working out. Your feelings will never cooperate with your dreams. Beat your feelings into captivity, because when you beat your feelings into captivity, that is what discipline is.
You got to bet on you. You believe that everybody else, you clap for everybody else, you support everybody else, you baking cakes and making cookies for everybody else. But when are you going to look in the mirror and believe in the darn person you see? It's about time for you to believe in you, because you got it.
You can do more than you can ever begin to imagine. You are stronger than you realize. You don't know enough about yourself to be a cynic.
There are winners, there are losers, and there are people who have not discovered how to win.
It's an urge. It's an urge. Truth be told, every champion has felt it. Every president has felt it. Every king has felt it. Every lion has felt it. Every winner has felt it. Every soldier has felt it. Every victorious person has felt it. The urge to quit. I have never met anybody who became incredibly successful in any area of their life until they had suffered and sweated and sacrificed and kept their focus and fought through tears and trials and tests. And if you have a dream and you commit to it, it will come to pass.
Get up! Act like you playing basketball. Act like you playing football. Compete! I need effort. Compete. Go to class. I just left the school telling these kids, act like you playing football. Go in that doggone classroom. Compete. Many of you have lost your competitive edge. Get your competitive edge back. I'm not against no other motivational speaker. I'm just competitive.
There's going to be things that go on that are out of your control. The worst thing you can do is let something that's out of your control control you. Get control of yourself. Get control of your emotions. Don't get angry, don't get frustrated. Instead, stay calm and figure out how to move forward.
The greatest version of you is not the I can do anything version of you. The greatest version of you is the disciplined version of you. The greatest version of you is the version that has parameters. No, I don't do that. I don't drink that. I don't go there with these people. I'm focused. I have a prize that's in front of me. I have fixed my eyes on Jesus. I know what I'm supposed to do, and that ain't it. I have to stay right here. It's the version of you that has parameters.
I'm not scared that some kid's gonna take my spot. If he does, he's gonna have to do it with sweat. He's gonna have to do it with tears. He's gonna have to do it with blood. He is going to have to get up at 2:30 in the morning. If he can get up every day at 2:30, he deserves to take my spot. Some people are taking your spot and they shouldn't take it, but because you're average, it's easy to take your spot. It's easy. It's easy to get to the place before you get there. It's easy to take that client before you get to him. It's easy. It's easy to beat you while you average. Everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do.
If you could change the way you wake up in the morning, stop saying, I got to go to work. I got to work out. I got to get this weight off of me. I got to go and meet with the people at the school. I got to deal with my coworkers. Change one word in that sentence and everything about your life changes. I get to wake up in the morning. I get to go to work. I get to go and meet with these people today. When you say I got to, you take all of your opportunities and all of your blessings and you wrap them up in stress by saying I got to. You take all the stress off of it when you say I get to.
Listen to me very closely. I love the sun, but things don't grow because of the sun. You have to have some rain. And you gotta stop looking at rain in your life as something bad. Let me tell you something. The greatest ideas that have ever come to me did not come when I was on a cruise. I've had my greatest ideas. I had my greatest ideas in my darkest nights. I had my greatest ideas when I went through the most pain that I've ever gone through. My greatest moments didn't come from my greatest moments. My greatest moments came from my greatest defeats. Because it was during my defeat that I had to find a way to get back up. I will change the way I look at defeat. Why? Because iron sharpens iron. Success, while it's good and it's our aim, it does not necessarily grow us in certain areas. We need defeat.
Being me is not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not in my suits. You can get suits like me, but they won't make you stand like me. I fought my way up. I fought to get to work. I fought to get up on my feet. I fought to stand. I fought to carry on. I fought to love. I fought to live. I fought to get out of the bed. I fought with my fears, my doubts, my anxieties, my insecurities. I fought with haters, liars,
backbiters and betrayers. I even had to fight with family. And many times I laid in the bed, I couldn't go to sleep because I was fighting with myself. I fought.
Life is war. It's a constant battle between those that want it and those that want it more. How bad do you want it? Nothing can be denied the one who won't be denied. So I ask you again, how bad do you want it? Every day you wake up, there's a battle going on over your future. What you do today will determine your tomorrow. And you gotta be hungry. Success is a marathon of consistency. Walked out one day at a time. It's a process. Stop scoreboard watching and put your focus on the things it takes to actually put points on that scoreboard. Only associate with those who are sick of being average and who are hungry enough to do something about it. To be successful, success must be more important to you than the rejection you will experience on the way to achieving it. Champions are only at peace when they're chasing greatness. Everything else to them makes them disgusted or super uncomfortable. Success is engineered from the inside out. What do you have on the inside of you? How bad do you want it? Because this is a war between those who want it and those who want it more. When people don't support your dream, it's not that they don't believe in you, it's they don't like where they'll be sitting when your dream comes true. The world belongs to the bold and the rest are just spectators. The battle for your future has begun. From this moment forward, go to war with laziness, being insignificant, being overweight, and living financially limited. Stop trying to be everybody else and be yourself. Stay in your lane. Master your craft. Grind nonstop by any righteous means necessary and eradicate anything that is the enemy of greatness. And when you're done, the world will respect, honor, and remember your name forever. There's a war going on outside. Now, success is about two things. It's about placement and it's about alignment. Now, when I say placement, I'm talking about your mind. You gotta place your mind on the truth. Now, you ask me, what is truth? Truth is all things are possible with God. Nothing shall be denied the one who won't be denied. That's truth. You were born a champion. Greatness is in you. That's truth. The world belongs to the bold. That's truth. The Lord did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Now that is truth. Place your mind on that. Now you ask me what alignment is. Alignment is merely an echo. My actions reflect what's going on the inside of my mind. And if I say nothing can be denied the one who won't be denied, my actions will align with the activities that won't let me be denied. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your actions must echo what's coming out of your mouth. Are you willing to sweat and put in the hours it takes to get what you want in life? That's the question. There's a war going on between those that want it and those that want it more. Now, which one are you? You don't have to tell the world. Your work ethic and your grind will do all the talking for you. Success starts in your stomach. When your why for overcoming is greater than the obstacle ceases to exist. Today is the day. It's time for you to awaken the champion within you. In the valley of darkness, light doesn't exist. The people that overcome this darkness don't do it by finding the light. They do it by becoming it. Now the lesson here is to grind until you shine. You don't need to see with your eyes to achieve greatness. You only need to hear and follow her voice. And that voice is crying out from the weight room, the track, the practice court, the field, and it is waiting on you. So to be successful, you must master the art of blindness. What I mean by that is you have to learn how to keep going, keep pushing, keep grinding, even when you don't see any results. Just because you don't see any immediate gains doesn't mean you ain't making progress. So you gotta learn how to go beyond the limits of your feelings, going beyond what your eyes don't see, and go all in to pursue what could be. Stop scoreboard watching and trust in the process, the principles, and the habits that actually put points on that scoreboard. It's not you versus them. It's you versus you. You see, once you master yourself, what other people say, think, or do becomes irrelevant. The clearer you can see your dream in your mind, the less you can be held hostage by other people. The moment you no longer need the validation of others to keep going is the moment you become unstoppable. Champions have one movie playing over and over and over in their mind, and that movie is titled Greatness. Losers lose in practice long before they ever lose the game. Every morning when you wake up, strap up and prepare your mind for war. You gotta hit the block with the mindset that says by any righteous means necessary, I will achieve what I set out to accomplish. When you get to the point where your demeanor, your work ethic, your grind doesn't change when people don't support you, your breakthrough has begun. Ignore the outside chatter and stay focused on the principles that govern success. The first step to going to the next level is going to the next level in your mind, because where your mind goes, your body will eventually follow. To go to the pros, to go to the league, to go to that next level, you gotta qualify on the inside first. You must become blind to the things you don't see. The innovators, the entrepreneurs, the champions, the real influencers of this world see because they know where to look. First, you look up and acknowledge the God who made you. Then you look inward and find the power He put inside of you. Surrender to the inner standard that produces legends, and that inner standard will make you one. Feed your faith and your fears will starve. God put this in my spirit to tell you, go beyond what you can currently see. You are much closer than you think. Just keep pushing, keep grinding. All things are possible to him that believeth. I don't want you to worry about how. I just want you to dig deep down. Your whole life is about to change right now. When you mix your passion with discipline, what other people say or think about you becomes irrelevant. You haven't even begun to touch the surface of what you're capable of doing. Day in and day out, you gotta beat on your craft until you master it. I'm not speaking right now to the physical you. I'm going deeper. I'm speaking to your spirit, that champion that resides within you. Arise.
So you got to have some reasons that when life knocks you down, and it's going to. Hello, it's going to knock you down. When people disappoint you, and that's going to happen. When they betray you, and that's going to happen. When they lie to you, and that's going to happen. When they say, oh, you can count on me, and they won't show up, and that's going to happen. When you want to throw in the towel and give up yourself, and that's going to happen. When life collapses on you and catch you on the blind side, what reason can you remember that you can call on, that you can reach on, that can make you get back up?
We're trying so hard in our lives to fit in. We try to fit into certain groups, certain frats, certain sororities, among certain friends. Yet the people we idolize are the ones that stand out. But when you're prepared, there is no fear. There is no fear of failure. Because even if you've walked out of something and you feel like you failed at it, your preparation is so strong that you're gonna take that failure and turn it into the outcome you desire. And most people stop at failure. Okay? We've all failed at things. I'm gonna continue to fail at stuff. It's the most powerful tool you can use, but it all depends on how you use it.
Every time you remember your dream, you're removing some dirt. You're digging it back out. The true mark of a champion is even though some dirt gets thrown on your dream, instead of letting it get buried, you keep shaking it off. You keep moving forward. You keep looking for a new opportunity. You wouldn't be having that opposition if you didn't have something great in you. If your dream wasn't alive and on track, right on schedule to come to pass, you wouldn't have so many things coming against you. That dream is still alive.
If you don't want to make waves, be mediocre. Be normal and fit in. And if you're more concerned about people than you are God, then neutralize everything He put in you. Just fit in with everybody else. Dress like them, walk like them, act like them, eat like them, go where they go, think like they think, do what they do. And once you've neutralized your uniqueness, you don't need courage. It takes courage to be different. It takes courage to go where you've never gone before. For some of you, it took courage to come to this conference. It takes courage to get you outside of the bar. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage to win. People don't talk about people that don't win. If you win, they're gonna talk about you. Do you have the courage to stand there though the storms keep raging and the people get to talking and you stand there and say, I've come too far to turn around? That's your girlfriend and say, do you have the courage? Let's talk about the eagles for a minute, because the mother eagle, after sitting on eggs, protecting it with her life until they hatch, and going out and swimming and attacking prey and bringing back food until they grow, then turns around, the same beak that fed them and the same body that warms them, takes them out to cliffs and throws them over the edge. It is not that she has turned against her children, but she knows that they will never find their wings in safety. The eaglet learns to fly by confronting its scary place. There have been lies told. There has been pain inflicted. There's been times you've been handcuffed. There's been times you've been tried. There's been times you've been in situations where you were locked up and you couldn't get out.
If it's in your imagination, it's possible. Do you know that you can't think of something that can't happen? You know it's impossible to think of the impossible. And if you live your life in possibilities instead of probabilities, you have a greater chance of finding happiness.
Because you cannot have change without disruption. And whenever you ask for change, you've got to be prepared for disruption. If you plant an oak tree in the earth, it's going to disrupt the soil. If you plant a peach tree in the soil, it's going to disrupt the ground. There's no way you can have growth without disruption.
You must have some kind of vision for your life. Even if you don't know the plan, you have to have a direction in which you choose to go.
Everybody has a turn back moment. You have a moment where you can go forward or you can give up. But the thing you have to keep in mind before you give up is that if you give up, the guarantee is it will never happen.
You see, in order to develop real quality, it takes time, and it takes pain, and it takes endurance, and it takes grief, and it takes trouble, and it takes turmoil, and it takes destruction and demolition. God works in the dirt.
A seed has to be planted. A seed got to have dirt put on top of it. Dirt is necessary for growth and development.
Dirt builds character.
It is the process of the grind that shapes you and forms you. It's not the game. You think you become a champion on the field? You don't. You become a champion when ain't nobody watching you. You're doing your own drills and your own way. You're doing what coach tell you to do, and you're doing your own stuff. You become a champion in your grind when nobody knows what you're doing. When you put in those extra reps. If you want to be a diamond, you must go through extreme pressure.
Losers always talk about how they hate to lose, but they don't do anything about it. Winners will do whatever the f*** it takes. Winners will show up and stay late every f***ing day until they're winning. Winners will talk to anybody that can help them and take the lessons to heart and put them in play. That's what winners do.
When you make the decision to do what you want to do with your life, just know this. Because the family and the friends in your life do not share your vision, in most cases, they will be the first person to try and talk you out of what you want to do with your life. But know this, only those that can see the invisible can do the impossible.
If you're gonna be successful in this game, you gotta have a dog within you. You gotta know it's a dog fight, and you gotta go get that fight. Life ain't gonna be easy. Ain't nobody gonna hand you nothing. You still gotta go to work. You still gotta compete against everybody in your industry. Life's still gonna happen while you trying to blow up.
Their rough times are gonna come, but they have not come to stay. They have come to pass. It's very important for you to know that. Don't say I'm having a bad day. Say I'm having a character building day.
So maybe you're looking for some motivation today. I woke up this morning, I didn't have any motivation, and you know what? It didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. Instead, I imposed discipline. So if you're not finding that Monday motivation that you want, forget about it. Instead, impose some daily discipline in your life and start today.
Most of us go through life pretending that we're satisfied where we are, pretending that everything is okay, pretending that we don't have any special goals or ambitions or desires, when really deep down inside we do really want more.
You weren't ready for it when you saw it. You had to go through more things to grow into it. But you're coming into a season now that things you saw a long time ago are going to come to pass. And it's going to be the kind of joy that brings you to tears.
If you can believe it, you can achieve it. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. This is something that you hear a lot of, and I get it. I get it because if you're going to do something, you got to believe in what you're doing. That's true. But guess what? Belief by itself doesn't get you anything. You got to impose your will, you got to be disciplined, and you got to make things happen.
If you could fix procrastination, what would your life be like? That's why you can't blow up. You ain't got enough discipline to discipline you.
If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, and if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, and if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famish or gulf, sickness or pain or body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim, you besiege and beset it, with the help of God you'll get it.
I don't care if you don't have the money, you don't have the help, and you don't have the family for it, and you don't have the background for it, and you don't have the friends for it. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You might not read as fast. You might not move as quick. You might not have as much. But don't you quit.
Everybody's got a dream. Everybody's got a goal. Everybody wants something in life. But many of you in this room right now, your beast mode is idle. Your beast mode is not turned on. And when you leave this place, I'm telling you, your life is going to go to a whole other level if you can learn to turn that switch on and keep that switch on. So I'm telling you, in life, you start running from a class, you start running from a subject that you don't like, it will haunt you for the rest of your natural life. It ain't going nowhere.
And so I love the process. I love it. I love working for what I want. I love the sacrifice. I love the dedication. I love the commitment. I love that. Everybody wants the prize. Nobody wants the process. Everybody wants to be a diamond. Nobody's willing to get cut. Everybody wants to go to heaven. Nobody wants to die.
They can't see it till they see it. They can't know it till they know it. They can't be it till they be it. They can't see it just like you couldn't see it when you were their age. They can't see it either. And you have to, the Bible says, in patience, you possess your soul. You possess your mind. You keep yourself from a nervous breakdown. When you develop patience, you have to know that you shall bring forth fruit in your own season.
All your excuses are lies. Little lies that you think makes life easier, but they don't. They're lies. They don't make life easier. It's gonna tell you nice little things to try and steer you down the wrong path. Don't listen to the lies.
Character is the ability to carry out a resolution long after the excitement of the moment has passed. Are you gonna say you wanna do something, do it for 2 weeks and then quit like you did last year, like you did the year before last? You say you wanna lose weight, get in shape, get your business off the ground, and then turn around and party, get lit, drink alcohol, eat like crap, and continue to live below who you were created to be? It is time to go from mediocre to meteoric.
You wanna get better? Stop looking for a shortcut and go find your alarm clock. Find your discipline. And find your guts and your passion and your drive and find your will. Every day is a new day, a new week, a new shot at life. An opportunity to come out of the gate like a man possessed and attack the day without mercy. Today, I'm taking scalps. I'm putting the pressure on. I am the aggressor. I am on the attack. Because I will not stop.
The only thing that you can always, 100% of the time control is the amount of effort that you put into each attempt. That you can control every single time.
I want to be successful. I'm tired of people saying, I want to be great. Look, everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what real beasts do. And let me tell you something, that means getting up early and going to bed late. That means you don't go to sleep when you're tired, you go when you're done. So remember, success is never on discount and greatness ain't never on sale.
No longer am I going to listen to that voice inside my head telling me I'm nothing, telling me I'm weak, telling me I'm useless. And today, and from every day after today, I'm going to start fighting back. I'm going to start doing what I want to do with strength and pride. I'm going to take on the world because that's what I'm made to do. That's what's inside me. But what happens up until this point means nothing. It's what you do from this point on that's going to determine the rest of your life.
You watch those nature documentaries on the cable? See the one about lions? Look at this lion. He's the king of the jungle. Huge mane out there. He's laying down under a tree in the middle of Africa. He's so big. He's so hot. He doesn't want to move. Now, the little lion comes. They start messing with him. Biting his tail, biting his ears. He doesn't do anything. The lioness, she starts messing with him, coming over, making trouble. Still, nothing. Now, the other animals, they notice this, and they start to move in. The jackals, hyenas, they're barking at him, laughing at him. They nip his toes and eat the food that's in his domain. They do this, and they get closer and closer and bolder, till one day, that lion gets up and tears the shit out of everybody, runs like the wind, eats everything in his path. Because every once in a while, the lion has to show the jackals who he is.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Start moving. It's not going to be a perfect plan, but take action. Action that moves you in a positive direction. And if it ends up being the wrong direction, that's fine. At least you've learned where not to go.
One of the most important things, never, ever quit. Never quit. And I've seen people quitting. And if they would have held out longer, they would have been successful. I've seen it so much. I've seen some of the most brilliant people in the world that never made it because they were quitters. They were just quitters. They would quit. They just couldn't take it. They couldn't whatever. One of the things about loving what you do is that it's not work, and therefore you don't quit automatically. It's a lot easier not to quit. But you can never give up.
But many people never achieve their goals because they have too many toxic, negative, energy-draining people in their lives. And you have to have goals outside of your comfort zone that will challenge you, because in order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been.
I want you to see yourself doing what you want to do, experiencing what you want to experience, having what you want to have, doing what it is that gives your life some meaning and value. Operate out of your imagination, not your memory. Because whenever you look at where you want to go, I'm wanting to warn you, you will have some conversation back here after you go through the data that you've experienced in life saying you can't do it. And so what you want to begin to do is ignore that inner conversation.
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. He can't be the fastest because that's a cheetah. He can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run. And it's all mentality. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas, but I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality. How do you keep going? Why do you keep going? There's two sides of pain. There's one side of pain that's the suffering and the discomfort side of pain. But then there's another side of pain that's called effort. It's called glory.
What happens when you're a gazelle and you're not being pushed? You're not being prodded. You're not given a reward. Nobody's encouraging you. What happens when you're a gazelle and the lion's not chasing you anymore? You stop running. But what happens when you're a lion? When you're a lion, it does not make a difference. You realize that if your family is going to eat, that if that pack of lions is to survive, then you gotta go hunt. A part of being a beast just ain't eating a gazelle. A part of being a beast is the hunt. It's the hunt that they're excited about. They like to see the gazelles run. Then boom, they take off. Because real lions like to hunt. They love the process just as much as they love the prize. And some of y'all just want to score. You don't like the process. You're not in love with the process. A true hunter's goal is not the prize. A true hunter's goal is to hunt. That's what they live for. They live to hunt. They don't just live to catch it. It's the whole process.
You know what separates the winners from the losers in this world? The difference is that winners are honest with themselves about the effort that they put in. They don't blame anything but themselves when they don't get the result they're after. Instead, they recognize their own lack of effort, they take responsibility for it, and they fix the fucking issue. Only you can hold yourself back from getting what you want. Not your parents, not your teachers, not your circumstances. You are in control. Every single day is a win or a loss. Did you do what you needed to do today? Because that's all that matters. There is no magic. There is no luck. It's one day at a time, one win at a time, until you make winning who the fuck you are.